Not every film can be Citizen Kane, but even critics have claimed that it was shit in its day. Some films are shit and shit they will stay, but some get better over time because of Nicolas Cage. So which film stays shit forever? And which one's got a little bit better? Second chance movies. No poor bloods were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Welcome to Second Chance Movies, the podcast where we rewatch movies and decide if they deserve a second chance.
I'm Joe Harper, your host who loves rewatching movies and shooting for threes and NBA hang time on the 64.
And I'm Jessica Kwazz, your host who's a one and done kind of movie viewer who really doesn't have many opinions on Pepe Le Pew. And today we are giving a second chance to the original Space Jam.
Woohoo! Welcome to the Space Jam, folks. Of course we're doing Space Jam because Space Jam: A New Legacy is hitting HBO Max. At the time of this recording, we have not seen the new Space Jam, and we're excited to because we grew up in the 90s where this was prime entertainment for children.
Absolutely. I hadn't seen it in a very long time, but I remember as a kid, I watched it a lot. So I'm excited for Space Jam 2. I also think the trailer just looks really cool. And I like the updated version of the Space Jam theme song. Like just hearing it really gets me pumped. I really like it.
All right. So let's get into the summary for those who don't know or don't remember Space Jam. IMDb, this is what IMDb has to say. In a desperate attempt to win a basketball match and earn their freedom, the Looney Tunes seek the aid of a retired basketball champion, Michael Jordan.
Wow, there we go. There we go.
Michael Jordan was 90s basketball.
He was. As someone who grew up in the Chicago area when he was playing basketball, I cannot understate what a fucking big deal he was. Like he was everything.
You know,
he was everything.
So they won, it was 91 through 93 championships.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I was born and raised in Houston, and they won the 94-95. So that was an epic year for us. Woo!
Damn.
The Rockets won 2 years in a row. And then it went back to the Chicago Bulls for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an exciting time for basketball.
Oh yeah, I mean,
especially for you and I guess.
Yeah, our teams, our towns, and just being like a kid in that environment. Like I just know like basketball, Bulls 90s basketball was the coolest thing for me.
So as a child growing up, I didn't really understand how impactful, how important it was. But luckily within the last 2-ish years or 1 year, 2 years, I don't know, we got the privilege of getting a fun docu-series, The Last Dance, which is about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls and all the championships. And this is the first time I've seen Space Jam since that. So fun knowing way more about Jordan and then applying it to this movie. It's even more exciting.
Yeah, it is really interesting to look back at Space Jam in the lens of an adult with more knowledge of everything behind the scenes. It's just way more interesting to watch it with that angle, I think.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, yeah, I think it's a great summary. Michael Jordan plays basketball with the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Against some aliens.
Yeah, it's a fun Michael Jordan with Looney Tunes moment. That's what it is.
So 90s.
It's so 90s.
And for those of you who are just listening to us, not watching us on the YouTube, we are wearing our Toon Squad jerseys.
That's right.
Whose number are you representing?
I am. Lola.
Yeah, your blue hair is in the way, but
Whoopsie.
okay.
But I'm Lola.
She's Lola. Ow, my knee.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was my bad knee too.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm never gonna be a basketball player again.
Oh man.
Forever. I'm representing Taz.
Taz. Yes. I love that his number is an exclamation mark. I just find that so fun. Taz.
Got even the pop figure. The only thing that's sad about the pop figure, no exclamation mark.
What the fuck?
Fuck you, Funko. Get your shit. Get your
What?
shit together.
Come on. You need the exclamation mark.
Oh, my knee. That hurts.
Oh no.
That hurts so much.
Oh no.
I already had a really bad, I don't know where this bad knee came from. I think it was dancing at my sister's wedding, like 7 or 8, 9 years ago. I fell off a chair. I'm a wild dancer. And I just smashed it into the desk while turning around. All for the craft.
Oh wow. All for the craft. Speaking of the craft, should we start hearing what other people had to say about this craft?
Absolutely. So right off the bat, we're going to start off with what Rotten Tomatoes has to say. For our tomato meter, 43%. That was shockingly low for me. Audience
Same.
score was 63%. So audiences liked it. But then again, these are adults that are, adults
Right.
of the 90s that were like, I had to sit through this with my kid.
Yeah.
Whereas like, if this was probably rated from kids of the 90s, oh man, it would have gotten 100%.
Right.
No flaws. This movie is perfect.
I do think that like if you didn't grow up watching it, you might have a different take on it, like watching it as an adult. But for me, being a child of the 90s, I'm like all in on this movie. Like, absolutely, let's do it.
All right. Well, let's hear what some people had to say about this movie. Let's start off with some positive reviews because that's how we feel about this movie.
Yeah.
So many positive vibes.
Oh my God, yeah.
David Sterrett of Christian Science Monitor. I just love hearing what they have to say because
Yeah.
every review is either wholesome or just like not what I would have. It's just different for me. Anyway, David Sterrett of Christian Science Monitor. There are some hearty laughs, to be sure. Basketball buffs and comedy lovers will chuckle at the sight of NBA stars reduced to silly stumblebums when the aliens purloin their talent.
Purloin their talents. That's a description.
Oh man, I just loved it because like we had such like a advanced word purloin. That is not in my average vocabulary, but we also get the fun new word that's going to be added to my dictionary: stumblebums.
Stumblebums.
Those silly stumblebums.
Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune wrote, Space Jam is at times a hoot, especially when it has fun with Michael's less than stellar baseball career. Rude. So rude. So rude. Rude. And now that I'm adult and I understand why he like left basketball, which like if you guys don't know, like I don't even want to go down that road, like Google it. Like just knowing now, like the full story, it's like we shouldn't have made fun of him for going to baseball. Like, come on, he was going through something.
Yeah, it's sad. And
It's really sad.
I think his review would have been better if one of the Looney Tunes was an owl, just because he said it was a hoot.
A hoot.
But yeah, like Jordan plays baseball, which the movie plays it up well. I think kind of mocking the fact that he's in it, and plus he's in on the joke, so who cares? Like it's more fun there. Like critiquing it, fuck off.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if he's okay with it being in the movie, and it doesn't like hone in on like making fun of him. It like makes a little bit of commentary on him, but then it's also the people that are around him.
More about his celebrity of basketball because
oh
man, that was a great swing, Mr. Jordan. Oh man, you could have gotten that. And like even like the pitcher or the catcher is just like, hey, you got to swing at this one because we're gonna make it real easy for you.
Right.
What the fuck? I'm just trying to play, man. I'm an athlete.
Yeah, it's not so much like that was really dumb of you, Jordan. It's like that was kind of weird because no one took it seriously, you know. But yeah, I don't like critiquing that part of the movie because it's obviously like a very personal thing to him.
I also want to point out from The Last Dance, because I didn't even think about this, basketball athletes and baseball athletes work two very different sets of muscles.
Yeah.
And so like you have to change your entire body like to work in that sport. It's oh man, that would be a weird transition.
Mm-hmm. I think too, like, I mean, I could be wrong because I'm not like a sports fanatic, but like that's the only instance where I can think of like a very successful athlete in one sport goes to another sport. And so I also think people just were like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
Stay in your lane, Jordan.
An athlete trying to do multiple sports? It's like Michael Phelps trying to start tennis. Or Tiger Woods doing anything besides playing a game. Golf is a game, not a sport. Fight me.
I don't disagree with you.
Fight me on that internet. Or agree, because it's the right thing to say.
Yeah. Kevin Thomas from Los Angeles Times wrote, Space Jam is no Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but it works well enough. Okay, Kevin.
You know, there's a lot of reviews. I'm going to read one eventually that compare this to Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Is it because of the mix of animation and live action and they still couldn't wrap their heads around it at the time?
I think that, and they're both rabbits. The leads are both rabbits.
There you go. Okay.
But yeah, it is the live action mixed with 2D animation, and I get the comparison, but like two different tones. One is a detective like mystery murder movie. The other is silly basketball competition with monsters from space.
Right.
We got two different tones, guys.
All right. My favorite sassiest bitch in the world, Roger Ebert from the Chicago.
So when I saw this, I go, no, I'm gonna let Jessica take this one.
Thank you, because I will
never write one of his quotes ever. I'll just let you read anything he says.
Please, because I just enjoy the sass, you tried kind of attitude.
I'll write down no minnows.
You bring us no minnows. I'll bring Roger Ebert's.
I couldn't find her opinion on this movie though.
Damn, if anything, I feel like she would write 5 different opinions on this movie.
I don't know if she was writing at this time. I haven't gone into her backstory. I have not took a deep dive.
Not yet. We will.
No minnows a second chance. What does that sassy bitch have to say?
All right.
Not now. I'm talking about
Roger Ebert, the sassiest bitch in the world, says
Roger Roberts.
Roger Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times wrote, it's an inspired way to use and kid Jordan's image, while at the same time updating Bugs Bunny and company to doing battle in the multi-zillion-dollar animation sweepstakes. Okay, Roger, calm the fuck down. Like, calm down here, bro. It's a kid's movie. He's like, I mean, I guess it's fine. I like the commercialism of it all, but like, it's just like, bro, like, tone it down. But I mean, he gave it like a really good review. So, but he had to get sassy a little bit. It's just in his nature.
He said something about them getting updated, or
yes, he's saying like it's a fun way to use Michael Jordan while also updating the Looney Tunes. But then he says multi-zillion-dollar animation sweepstakes.
I think at that point, like, Looney Tunes were like on a down. I mean, they've always, since like, I don't even think like 70s or 80s, they've been like disappearing.
Yeah.
This like reminded us they exist. So good for them. Mixing with, awesome Michael Jordan of 90s. Oh man, epic. Oh man. So let's sadly get into negative reviews.
These psychopaths.
Because at the time, these were adults who were probably jaded and just a cartoon. Rod Dreher of South Florida Sun Sentinel, Space Jam is not a movie. It's a feature-length infomercial for Michael Jordan Incorporated and a host of related corporations that made their product placement arrangements early.
Wow.
I do think one of my favorite lines in this movie is from Wayne Knight. Wayne Knight from Seinfeld and Jurassic Park gets to play. Is his name Stan in this movie?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure it's Stan.
He enters Michael Jordan's hotel room, and this is only funny now as an adult. I feel like as a kid, this is all right over my head. Come on, Michael. It's game time. Slip on your Hanes, lace up your Nikes, take your Wheaties and your Gatorade, and we'll go grab a Big Mac on the way to the ballpark. I was laughing pretty good as an adult because, like, that is, for those who don't know from the 90s, those are all the things that Michael Jordan endorsed.
Just stuffing it all into one sentence.
Oh man, that must have been so fun reading that line to him over and over.
Right.
Oh, I mean, Michael Jordan was really loyal to his sponsorships.
Yeah.
Again, learning from The Last Dance. When he was an Olympian at the Olympics, they had the Reebok, right? It was Reebok.
I think
made
so.
all the
Yeah.
jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
He draped an American flag over it so he wouldn't be seen in the Reebok logo because of his sponsorship with Nike.
Yeah.
Respect.
Jay Boyar from the Orlando Sentinel wrote, "This isn't Looney Tunes. This is Sloppy Tunes."
Whoa.
Wow.
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 That's rude.
So rude.
Now that we've gotten all those reviews,
Yeah.
as an adult, getting the adult perspective, and I guess having some nostalgia in mind, how was your second viewing of this movie?
Okay, so we've revisited a lot of movies that I used to like and now look at and think, oh no. And there's some movies from my childhood that I watch and think, yeah, this isn't great, but like I liked it as a kid. So like whatever.
Yeah, I get why I liked it as a kid.
Right. But like I don't know if I'll ever enjoy this again. That's fine. This, I had so much fun watching it. Like
So much you were like, Joe, we have to buy jerseys.
I really did. Like as I was watching, I was like, those jerseys are so dope. We're getting them. Because what these weren't that expensive on Amazon, just letting you know.
Yeah. Watch us soar through the roof.
Right. I love them. But yeah, I just feel like from start to finish, it also has this really like fun, inspirational vibe to it, which is something I didn't understand or clock as an adult or as a child. But just like, just from the beginning to the end, it just feels like we can do this. Yes. And I love that too. I also have to say, as an adult, I have a better appreciation for the soundtrack because the soundtrack is fucking wonderful. Like top tier movie soundtracks of all time, in my opinion. It is unfortunate that R. Kelly has the big ballad in it, but like,
so with that, I think that's the first song that starts playing.
it is.
I believe I can fly.
It's such a good song though.
Oh man.
I know. I wish someone would redo it because the song is really good. But you know, they also
R. Kelly is.
It is not. Oh
He's
no,
a troublemaker.
He's a big troublemaker. I also love the use of "Time Keeps On Slipping, Slipping, Slipping" from Seal. Love it. Into the future. Like
I like all like the basketball song. I don't know if they were like pure basketball songs before this movie or this movie made them basketball. Like pump the jam, pump it up.
It's so good.
That's an iconic one. Oh, there's another one.
And the Space Jam song itself, it's like
Welcome to the Space Jam.
Unreal. Whoever was the music supervisor on this movie, genius.
Yeah. What I like about this movie, I think the most, and this is where I'm going to have what I like and don't like together, the animation. So the 2D animation, again, like I mentioned earlier, I think looks really clean. It looked good at the time. I think where their strongest points are at when they have 2D mixed in with the real world, where like the little I gotta stop calling them little monsters because they actually have a different name when they're tiny. This is a little sidebar for everyone. They're called nerdlucks. They're not monsters. When they're the tiny little guys, they're called nerdlucks. And they all have names, which are never mentioned in the film. And neither is Nerdluck. So they are on the toys, though. Each one. There's, for those of you who don't know.
Okay.
Their names. Do you want to play a game? Guess which one is which?
Okay. This will might melt my brain, but okay.
I'm going to give you a name.
Okay.
You guess which Monstar it is. Pound.
Okay. Wait, that's the name, Pound?
Who is Pound?
Is he the muscular orange one?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that dude looks like he could pound something.
He also has a lot of poundage on him.
Okay.
Bang.
Is that the little red one?
Nope.
Okay. The purple one.
Nope.
The green one.
Yeah, it's the green one.
Okay. Bang and pound. Shit. Okay.
Not.
Not?
Yeah.
Is that the blue one?
No.
Is it the red one?
I think it says magenta, but I'm pretty sure he's the red one.
Okay.
So you get two. I'm going to read you two names because there's only two left.
Sure.
Bupkis and Blanco.
What are those two names? Bupkis?
Bupkus.
Bupkis and Blanco.
And Blanco.
So I think Blanco's the blue one because he's dumb and is blank up in the head. Okay.
You got it.
And then Buttkiss or whatever. Dick Buttkiss is the purple one.
You got it, dude. Oh man. Anyway, so when those little nerdlucks are in a trench coat at a basketball game, stealing powers, I love that there's actually a trench coat that has like probably mechanical shit in it to like make it look like there's cartoons in it. Also when like Bugs and Daffy are like going through the ground to take the shorts at a Michael's house, not mansion, his house. Michael would have a mansion.
He did have a mansion.
So while they're like going underground, like the dirt and like the grass moves. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
Those moments, I think they blended really well. The animation I hate that does not hold up in 2021 is the 3D animation.
Yeah.
Any of it.
Yeah.
When they roll Michael up into a ball and dribble him. When Michael does a big stretch. When Wayne Knight gets blown up and then farts out. Oh, it looks bad.
It looks really bad. Yeah.
Anytime they have 3D, even like, it just looks bad. It doesn't hold up.
It does not. But man, I was 2D, like, yeah.
2D works really well.
The 2D is surprisingly really good still, especially when you consider that it's 96. Like, it all looks really good, except, yeah, there's a few moments where it's like, oh, that's awkward. Yikes. But yeah, it is like, I was shocked by how well I thought it looked. I was not expecting that.
Whew. While we were on the topic of those little nerdlucks in the trench coat, them stealing the powers, fun.
Fun.
I think my favorite part of this as an adult is watching the like supporting basketball players that turn into or that lose their powers. They're the highlight of this movie for me as an adult.
They're so funny. Like, I just always sort of forget that they're present in the movie, but when they're there, I just love it. I love it so much.
Man, so Charles Barkley is a star.
He really is.
Every time I see him in like interviews and just like when he's like a announcer and stuff, like he's just funny. Like,
yeah,
so engaging. And so like him, I think he's one of the basketball stars that I think is just like does not have an ego and just has fun. Them losing their powers is just fun. We got Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Sean Bradley, Larry Johnson, and Muggsy Bogues, who's so tiny and so fun.
I love
just
it.
A little short guy.
I know. They also, like, what I love about that too, especially, is that they also totally understand what the movie is, what they're involved in, and just are game to do it. Like, I just think that's so cool, that they're not taking themselves too seriously. They're just having fun, and they're making fun of themselves as well. I just really appreciate it.
Barkley has a little, he's like, runs into some girls that are playing like just some street hoops. He's like, can I play? And they're like, you're not Charles Barkley, you suck.
Yeah.
He's so sad. Like, oh, I'm losing to all these kids.
So, like, this might surprise you. This is actually probably the first and maybe only time this is ever going to happen in the show. I don't have anything negative to say.
What?
I know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I really don't. Like, I'm looking at my notes trying to see where I was like,
I
yes,
know
it
that
sucked.
you're upset about Lola being sexualized.
Okay, well, yeah, no, I don't like that one bit. But hey,
I found it.
Okay.
I found it instantly.
Well, I think what I don't like about it is, like we were saying earlier, completely unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. And watching it now, it makes me uncomfortable because it's like, this is a kids movie.
It just turns me on. I'm just like, God damn, that's a sexy bunny.
But I do have to say, what I like though is that while there's this weird sexual tone of Lola,
It's so weird.
it's so weird. She also is like dope as hell. Like, comes in and is ready to play. She's not here to mess around.
I hate when she enters. First of all, it's awesome that she's so sexy when she enters. But then she like does like a cool like little basketball move, and then just like, see you later.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a part of the team? What did you just fucking do?
Right.
Oh man. So where they live, let's get into the logic of Looney Tunes, because this is where, as an adult, I start picking it apart and thinking, this is, I mean, I'm also in a space where I don't care, but I'm also like,
yeah,
I'm so curious of the reality of Looney Tunes, the logic of the Looney Tunes. They live in the center of the earth. And we know that because Michael gets sucked in through the golf hole. So they live in the center of the earth. They're also on TV, and they're aware they're on TV because they're like, whoa, stop! We got to have a meeting. And then they leave the screen. It's still on them, and the kids are like, where did they go? They're able to have their little meeting. Also, when everyone meets Looney Tunes, Michael has a non-reaction of like, oh, I'm in an animated world now.
Right.
It's normal that these guys exist. When he gets sucked into the hole, Larry Bird and Bill Murray are also like, okay, well, Michael's gone. Bye. Just leave. And Wayne Knight is like, oh my God, Michael.
Right. Yeah. I can't.
Oh, I'm dying.
Oh no.
Right.
I cannot tell if it was that like Jordan's not an actor, or if it was like, hey, this is a kids movie, so let's not bring too much attention.
It's gotta be the script, because when Larry Bird and Bill Murray have no reaction to Michael disappearing,
right?
Oh, that was weird. Well, let's talk about me being in basketball.
So I was wondering that too, watching it this time around, and I wonder if it's like, because it's pretty wild that the Looney Tunes kidnap a man and basically hold him hostage as a basketball
they don't hold him
slave.
hostage. He can. So okay, well then that's another thing. Is he free to go? Because
right.
When he's like, I need my basketball shorts, I need my shoes, and then
right,
Bugs and Daffy go get it. Why doesn't Jordan just go get it? Because he's clearly like, I'll help you guys. Let me just go grab those things and I'll be right back.
Yeah, like, let me just go tell my wife and kids like I'm not murdered. Because
so I was wondering, is he able to leave and go? Because Wayne Knight would easily just enter on his own later.
He figures it out.
And Bill Murray just shows up, but he at least has the excuse of, I know the producer, that's why
right.
I'm here.
I'm Bill Murray, I pop up anywhere, whatever.
Second best Bill Murray cameo role after Zombieland.
That's a wonderful one too. Yep. Great.
But like, Bill Murray has no reaction. I think Wayne Knight has oh no, the Looney Tunes are here.
Right.
So are humans like in the children are on board, which I get. The children would have just seen Bugs and be like, oh hey, I love you on TV.
Right.
My dad's helping you out? By all means, here are his shoes. I'll help you out. Good luck. We'll cover for dad while he's gone. The logic is just is all over the place, which again, it's a movie about cartoons. Who cares? But at least create the rules of the world.
So speaking of unrealistic things that happened, I have a very
animated character.
The whole thing. One thing that was super strange to watch in this movie, because it actually felt realistic-ish, was going back to our NBA players that lose their powers. The NBA shuts down because people think a virus is going around.
We're living in a time with COVID is finally starting to get out of our lives. I mean, it's probably gonna come back because fucking humans.
We can't even start talking about that. My God,
So,
we'll be here all day.
So like you were saying, the basketball players are losing their powers, so they think there's an airborne disease, and they put on masks. And I thought, well, this is the thing that's like most realistic, but also not realistic at all, because we had, I think Rudy Gobert was his name. Gobert, I don't know, mocked coronavirus and touched all the microphones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a thing. And then the next day had COVID.
Yep.
Fucking idiot.
Oh my God. It was honestly just so crazy watching it, because you could tell like in the 90s vibe where we didn't worry about anything ever. They were like, this is so outlandish, but what if they think it's a virus and then the NBA shuts down? But in 2021, it's like, oh my God.
You know what? We're going to keep on playing until most of our team members get it.
Until we all spread it and kill everyone, and then I guess we'll shut down in a bubble.
I want to just say, good job, Wayne Knight.
He's
He's an underrated actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's very underrated, and he had a lot of good things in the 90s, like Jurassic Park and Seinfeld.
He's in some of the most iconic 90s content you think of, like truly.
You know what's an underrated gym that we might eventually have to talk about?
What?
Rat Race.
Yes.
He's in that.
We'll talk Rat Race one day for sure.
And man, does it just ramp itself up easily. Again, spoiler alert for this movie if you haven't seen it. The Monstars, once they're huge, realize, oh yeah, that guy can't bully us. Bye, and send him flying. And like, oh my God.
It took a long time for y'all to get there.
Man, Looney Tunes, you should just realize that like when they got big, like, oh, you don't have to listen to that guy no more.
Right. Yeah.
So one thing I was thinking about as my adult self, and after I've seen The Last Dance, when Jordan is playing with those Looney Tunes, I feel like he'd be yelling at them so much, like, fucking be better. Like,
right.
You're playing with me. We're bringing it.
I don't think he would have this casual, like, just do your best kind of
have
energy.
Fun, guys. Nah, he would have. Competition is in him, and he would have made them work for it.
It'd be a lot more tense in real life, that's for sure.
Also, Jordan puts a really risky new deal with Schwackhammer. Like, hey, I'll be your slave.
Yeah, why are you doing that?
He didn't like have a discussion with his wife.
Nope.
Didn't think about like, oh man, I'll have to leave my kids if I lose.
Right.
We're not doing well.
Right.
This is a really risky second bet for him.
Yeah, I feel like a part of it is like, as a kid, you're like, he just believes in himself. It'll be fine. But yeah, as an adult, it's like, okay, we could have raised the stakes a little bit, and that he realizes like, oh shit, if we don't win, like, I'm gonna be a slave. Yikes. I got a family. No. His family's a big afterthought in this movie.
I mean, they're a big afterthought in the movie too.
Yeah.
They're just kind of there.
They're just there.
Oh,
I don't know. It's hard for me to really critique this movie because I definitely have nostalgia blinders on. That's for sure.
Well, with those nostalgia blinders on, what do you think about this giving it a second chance?
So I think that if you've never seen it before and you like weren't a child of the 90s, you should watch it. You might not enjoy it as much as like some of us who are like, this is the best movie ever. I think if you were of that age, you saw it in the 90s, even if you weren't like a little kid, whatever, if you enjoyed it, you're gonna enjoy it now. It's just one of those things where it's like, if you caught it at the right time, you'll love it forever. If you didn't, you kind of missed the boat. I just think there's such a love for it that goes back to like us being kids and having fun and being imaginary and all that. So I say, like, if you're in the audience for Space Jam, absolutely give it a second chance. Watch it again before the second one, no question, and just like have fun with it. If you've never seen it, but you love the Looney Tunes, I think you'll like it.
I think if you were born after the 90s and you haven't seen it, just watch the LeBron one. I haven't seen the LeBron one, but you could skip this.
Yeah.
You're not going to have the love for it like we have.
No.
And again, I think we both had the blinders of like, we'll always love this movie because it's dumb, it's silly, but it's fun. And I think that's what I like about it. Like, everyone is just like there to make a fun movie. No one is here to make an Oscar-winning movie. They're just like, what's entertaining, what's fun, and that's what we got. And it's still always going to be fun for us. So, yeah, if you're a 90s kid or were raised in the 90s, you're always going to need this second multiple chances because it's the nostalgia that, yeah, right place, right time. And if you're born after it, it's probably going to be hokey.
But yeah, I think we love it, man. If you loved it as a kid, you're going to continue loving it. It's wonderful. It's fun. You know, that's that on that. It's just
I even
fun
own
as
it
hell.
on the DVD.
I do too, and I own like 10 movies on DVD, and this is one of them.
Oh shit!
And you best believe I'm going to be wearing this jersey the whole summer. People say it's a hot girl summer. It's a Toon Squad summer here in 2021.
I think this was made just to entertain families, like,
yeah,
mostly like children and young people that like basketball and cartoons.
Yeah.
And they hit both of those niches together. And it's something I think adults could sit through and just enjoy it. If you don't like basketball and you don't like cartoons, you're going to hate this movie.
This is not for you.
Oh, man. You're like, I hate both of these things. I don't know how you got roped into watching it, but yeah.
If you are like 50-50 on each, like basketball's fine and I like Looney Tunes, you'll enjoy it. You know, I think. You
know what? I just say slip on your Hanes, lace up some Nikes, eat some Wheaties, and drink some Gatorade. And you know what? Even grab a Big Mac and just enjoy the hell out of this movie.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to another episode of Second Chance Movies. We will be back next Sunday with another Second Chance movie. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter and wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube. Everything will be linked in the show notes. So please find us. A big thank you as always to Beaty McBeatface for our amazing intro that we just love so much.
Man, the only thing that could make the soundtrack to Space Jam better if we had a song for Beaty McBeatface.
Oh shit. Turn it up. Pump the jam. And yeah, let us know what you think of Space Jam. Are you in the category of this was like amazing as a kid and I still love it? What are your thoughts? We want to hear from you. What's a movie you want us to give a second chance to? We want to hear from all you guys. So please let us know.
Pump the jam, guys. Pump it up.
Pump it up.
Second chance.